and mud. He's got radioactive blood. Can he swing from a thread? Take a look overhead. Hey there goes the Spider-Man.
Welcome back to another episode of the, this is video number 3 of the recording marathon.
On the same day. I have to restate this because we were wearing the same clothes.
I didn't take a shower last night.
Doing another trailer recap, this time Spider-Man Homecoming. So, just right off the bat, huge trailer. Like, as in long. I thought it was long.
It was pretty long.
Yeah?
It's
Yeah,
2
it's
minutes
about
and
2
33
minutes or something
seconds.
like
The
that.
average trailer is about a minute.
Oh, I guess so. Then yeah.
So, yeah, it was 2 minutes and 33 seconds. Just right off the bat, they showed way too much. Honestly.
They did.
I think that if they did show too much, I still think that this trailer should have been released first because I thought this trailer was way cooler than the first trailer.
Yeah, than the first one.
The first trailer was more like...
Well, the first trailer...
No, I know, but it was more of like his life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this was more Spider-Man. You know, the other one was
They
Peter
came
Parker,
with
and I know that it's the same guy, but this was more Spider-Man. The other one was more Peter Parker. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was cool. It's just, I feel like, and it's weird because Marvel doesn't usually show that much in their trailers. Like, honestly, they showed a lot.
They did show a lot.
And I'm thinking that was more on Sony's end, trying to release that, because Sony does release a lot on their trailers. For example, Amazing Spider-Man 2 showed a lot. The Amazing Spider-Man kind of showed a lot too, but knowing Marvel, how what do you call it, picky they are, it feels like a lot, like they showed a lot to us, but maybe there's still a lot that we haven't seen.
My only concern was the boat scene.
So that was kind of BS.
They focused a lot on it.
Because, like, in that moment in the movie theater, you see Spider-Man hanging on to that for life. What is he gonna do? How is he gonna do that? You know, he's like this. It's such a big, it's an iconic picture. Him holding that, right?
Yeah.
And I think that in the movies, in the theater, like everything going off, super loud. You'll feel that rush. You know, you'll feel his anxiety to what he's gonna do. But the trailer showed Iron Man comes and helps him.
Yeah. So that was how the first trailer ended.
That was
you know.
Like, okay, now I know there's gonna be a ton more scenes in the movie, right?
Yeah.
Only 2 minutes.
Yeah.
We don't even know if it's gonna make it in there. Maybe they'll I don't know.
What if he calls him?
But
and so just right off, let's just go ahead and get started. Like I love Spider-Man. Like these guys will fucking tell you I'm like a fangirl. Doesn't matter.
Like you talk a lot of shit about Spider-Man.
It's like no matter what.
Tom Holland?
No, fuck that. No matter what, I'm gonna see the movie. It doesn't matter if it's crappy. It could be freaking Justin
Spider-Man
Bieber
3?
playing Spider-Man. Like I'll still go watch the goddamn Spider-Man movie.
Dang.
But my problem with this is that it's too much Tony Stark. Way too much, man. They're taking away, honestly, what Spider-Man is. He's a kid who's way smarter than an average teenager. And in the comics, he makes his suit. He makes his web shooters. And it seems like here he's getting babied by Tony. And I can understand sort of the dynamic because Tony did all this crap.
And I think the issue here is that Iron Man is doing this because he still feels a lot of guilt from what happened with the Avengers. But this isn't Iron Man 4.
Yeah,
this is Spider-Man Homecoming.
Exactly, and he's feeling really guilty because if you think about it, Avengers 1 was kind of his fault. Avengers 2 was his fault. Ultron was his fault. So he's trying to be like, he's doing all this damage control and it's like, okay, I feel like, I found this kid, now I gotta sort of steer him in the right direction.
Yeah.
But he's providing him with all this technology and shit and I'm like...
He's a kid.
Yeah, and I mean, granted, Peter did make his web shooters and he made the web fluid. They say it in Civil War, he says it. But still, the suit, it would have been cool for him to have his suit. I feel like Tony's gonna be sort of like that annoying,
dad?
Like the dad,
Well,
and they're playing
pushy.
it off like that.
He's kind of pushy on him.
Yeah.
But he's his mentor. And I think that, he's gonna look up to him. And maybe Iron Man dies and he's like, hey, Peter, with great power comes great responsibility.
That would be crazy.
Traded 3, bro.
I don't know if this is sort of a new trend in terms of what Marvel is kind of moving towards, doing these team up films instead of having these big sort of spectacles like Avengers. I feel like they're trying to do these team up movies. So like you have Spider-Man, Iron Man, Thor. You're gonna actually have Doctor Strange, Hulk, and Thor all in the same movie.
Yeah, I mean even Captain America.
Yeah, so
War.
Black Panther is gonna have Winter Soldier and Captain America.
Yeah, and it's
now I feel like they're doing these smaller scale Avenger type movies, and I feel like it's taking away. So like when you go watch Black Panther, you don't want to see freaking Captain America and Winter Soldier.
I think the issue here is since we're not doing an origin story, I think we're doing an origin story with the Avengers.
Yeah.
I think that's why Tony Stark's in it, and I think that's the way they're going, right? I think that's what he's there for, and I think that's why he's gonna be in there a lot, and I think mentally that's what they're thinking.
Yeah.
You know
So
what I mean,
obviously
it's just
It feels like a comic though.
it does feel really comic
In
book.
the comics, you read Captain America, but yeah, you see Iron Man.
Yeah.
You see Spider-Man. You see them. So I feel like they're just trying to implement how a comic.
Yeah.
What really a comic book would look like in a movie theater.
And I don't. Yeah. So what they're. Yeah. I think that's a good way to put it. It's like in the comic books, crossovers were like it was just a regular.
It was a normal thing. It was a normal
every
thing.
day.
So I think that's what they're trying to do with the movies now. It's like, okay, we have all these movies and we have all these characters in the same universe. So it wouldn't make sense for them to have a movie where they don't run into somebody because they're all in the same freaking area,
Yeah.
But it'd be nice to see him alone though.
Yeah.
You
So
know
and
what
I think maybe I don't know. We can't judge this based off of the trailer, but maybe there will be parts where like Tony's not gonna be as involved. It's gonna be more of a like
I don't think. Okay, from what we see a lot of Tony.
Yeah.
Like you said, we can't judge it. Yeah, we can, but we can't really judge it, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like the beginning of the movie is only gonna be Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Middle towards the movie, we're gonna start implementing. Okay, this is what happened with the Avengers in this Civil War. This is what's happening now. Tony Stark is trying to do whatever the fuck he's trying to do.
Yeah.
Not only on May, but all the other stuff too. So.
I barely understood it.
I was like.
Yeah. So I don't know. Just right off. Yeah.
I dig it.
Right off the bat though, just Tom Holland as Peter Parker, Spider-Man, perfect.
Okay.
Just that opening.
Michael Keaton as Vulture.
Tony Stark as Tony Stark.
Tony Stark.
Go
Yeah.
back to doing drugs.
Robert Downey Jr. Tony Stark. Perfect. Yeah. No, but Tom Holland, I think I think Marvel did a good job of capturing what Spider-Man is. Just in that opening sequence where he kind of poses. He's like, "Hey guys, what's up?" He's doing like his
Here's
thing.
the thing though, a lot of the video in that we had already seen in the other trailer.
Yeah.
A lot of it. But going into that, what was your favorite moment?
My favorite moment, I think, is just like the opening of the trailer, just those swinging sequences. So my big pet peeve with Spider-Man and the movies has always been how they portray how he swings, And I think, the Tobey Maguire series did a really good job. Sam Raimi did a really good job. Amazing Spider-Man 2 did really badass in terms of like they show him climbing up the the web and everything and pushing himself off the ledges. And and then this series. He saved her. He didn't drop her, but
you know what I mean.
she just busted her neck because she don't know how to fucking tense up her body. But Tom Holland Spider-Man, like he seems like he's gonna be really acrobatic. Like I said, that sequence where he's like looking at like people are looking out through the window. He kind of like does this perfect little freeze frame and then he starts swinging again. It's just like I feel like his is gonna be a lot more fun in terms of like how fluid he is and he's having fun. He's like a freaking kid. Like imagine if you're like 15 being able to swing like that. You're gonna have a good time.
He has superpowers.
Yeah, So I think they really captured that well. But like I said, my only problem so far is that they showed way too much. Like we got Vulture's origin story. Like they showed it.
Pretty much.
We saw. I'm pretty sure those like everything they showed in the trailer. That's all like.
My concern is if they release another trailer, what are they gonna show?
Exactly, and I think, and maybe I feel like there might be one more trailer, but like I said, in terms of like everything that was showed, like I think we saw basically if we go watch the movie, everything they showed in the trailer, all those points where he meets Vulture, I think we just saw in the trailer. Like,
most of them will probably be cut off.
Yeah,
maybe,
So I feel like they showed too much, and I think it's kind of Marvel doesn't usually do that, so it was kind of disheartening. But
it's all good.
The movie looks cool. I'm still gonna go watch it. I'm pretty sure people are still gonna watch it.
It's not gonna stop a movie from being good.
Yeah, and people are watching the trailer. Like, if you go on YouTube, like it is trending like crazy. It is boasting.
I mean, they didn't see the trailer; they saw the movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But knowing Marvel, I think there's a lot that we didn't see. So I feel like we're gonna get some cool. And I think like the sequences like of his everyday life is gonna be pretty cool to watch too. Like him in class.
Maybe for the next trailer, they'll just show the end credits scene and we're good.
Yeah. But
favorite part of the trailer?
Favorite part of the trailer, probably just him getting his ass whooped by Vulture.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool. It's like epic, you know, like him all fucking beat up and shit and getting up and he's bleeding. That's cool. That's always cool.
What's his best friend's name?
Ned.
Ned. I like that part where Ned was like, "Can I try it on?"
Yeah.
I like this
This is badass.
Yeah, they had a little
Little
handshake, and I think that dynamic too between him and his friend Ned.
It looks real.
It's gonna be pretty cool.
I mean, you know, from
Natural?
what we see, it looks natural.
Yeah, it's natural. It's believable.
Just like us.
And like we said, like I think what you call it, Michael Keaton's Vulture seems freaking dope.
Nah, he looks.
He
Just
seems
Michael
nice.
Keaton. I feel like
I mean,
Michael
'cause,
Keaton can
It's because he was Batman, bro. Like it helps him out.
Yeah, like I
you know
think
what
he was really good. I'm like, if you think about it, the Vulture is a stupid villain. Like he was one of my least liked villains when I read the comics.
I'm telling you, bro, we're watching Iron Man 4.
But he looks pretty dope. He looks really crazy, man. Those wings are huge.
Yeah.
Whenever he comes out of the van and he goes, well, just the wing comes out of the
Yeah.
van. That's pretty cool.
That looks pretty dope. And then we got a little glimpse of Shocker too. Shocker's in the movie. I think
There's another villain coming out.
Joaquin Woodbine or whatever plays him, but we didn't see any of the Tinkerer, that's the other villain that's making like the technology for Vulture and Shocker. But
I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, the movie looks cool.
And I think one thing that was kind of cool is like Vulture telling Peter, you know, I'm fighting for my family.
Yeah,
you know,
so
that's something that you would understand too, and that's kind of cool because then like there Peter's like, oh shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like that's what he would think.
They kind of like and that was the one thing about Spider-Man's villains is they weren't really villains. They were just people
like Sandman.
Yeah, you know and even Green Goblin and stuff like that. It's not really him.
Yeah.
It's like a different persona.
Yeah.
That's taking control of him. So like they're just people they're real people in bad situations.
Problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have problems.
And problems.
And they go to certain extremes just to
to sort of fix their problems,
Yeah.
as anybody would, you know. So it's like technically Spider-Man went to an extreme to protect his people and stuff like that. Donald Trump going to extremes to not look like a jackass, and he's failing horribly.
Still the president.
Yeah, so they brought a really like human feeling to Vulture.
It's
I
good,
dig
though.
that.
I think that Spider-Man's characters, the villains are always interesting characters.
Yeah,
just
they're
like
interesting.
Like Batman, his villains are always very unique. I think the same thing goes with Spider-Man, as in like
they're very psychological in terms of like
you have Vulture.
Yeah,
and like what's the other guy's name? Dr. Octopus.
Oh yeah, Doc Ock and like
you have all these kind of crazy people, different like the goblins.
Personas,
you
yeah.
know,
Yeah, they're just in certain situations.
Rhino,
Yeah.
fucking Rhino. Like it's kind of cool, like seeing that they have all these things. So Spider-Man has a lot of opportunity with the universe that they're gonna set up for him. You know.
Yeah, so.
That's about it.
The trailer was good. Leave some comments of guys what you guys thought about the trailer. If y'all thought
what you
that
think
they
about
showed
the
too
movie?
much. If you enjoyed the movie. If it was better than Justice League, yes. And like
I don't dig it.
and subscribe. Like and subscribe and share.
Iron Man 4, man. Just let us know what you think.
Get a big thumbs up.
That's the end of this episode. Thanks for sticking with us, guys, and we'll see you later.